I'm up next, so I'm going to switch over here and we're going to get started, guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Just so I can like make sure everybody's still here. Could you please put like any emoji that expresses how you feel about what you're learning today in the chat? So, oh, I love the rockets. That's my favorite one. If I can get some muscles, somebody sweating. Don't sweat, Elijah. We're going to get you there. I got hearts. I got boom explosions. A lot of muscles. Everybody's getting, there's a robot. Somebody became a robot today. Uh, money's coming out of the mouth. Thumbs are going up. There's just a lot going on here. All right. That rejuvenates me, guys, because running this actually takes a lot of effort, making sure things are going. So somebody got a light bulb. Somebody's dancing. There's a bank. Somebody literally is a bank. All right. So that was fun. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to try my best to help you understand what I've learned. So those of you who know me, I'm a hybrid. I'm a painting contractor on one side, and I have, DripJobs on the other side. And I'm very good friends with a lot of marketers. And I love it because I interact with everyone, and I understand everyone's point of view, also from the perspective of a painter, which is both good and bad, because they know that I only accept the truth, and it's important. That's what I'm trying to bring you all today. And I honestly side more with the painting contractors or the contractors, because truly I am one of those. I'm one of you. And the software is just, obviously, what I've built to help you guys and to further advance, our trade, but more so to combat the changes in the way business is being done in our sector. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this over, guys. I'm going to present to you my slide here. So just give me a second to shift gears here, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You guys should see this here in a second. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do a full screen here. And let's present this. Boom. All right. So I'm going to see if I can bring up my Q&As. Just give me a second here. Quarterbacking this is fun. All right. So here we go, guys. I just want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. My name's Tanner. I am the proud owner of Premium Painting in Ocala, Florida. This business was started really just out of helping my dad. Some of you have heard my story, and it really turned into something I'm so passionate about. I absolutely love it, even to this day. Here's an old picture of my guys. We haven't done a photo shoot in a while. I think we're due for one, but a lot of those guys are still with me. So it's really cool. And there's a reason that photo's here, is to show you guys that I'm all about breaking down the trust barrier. If you guys know anything about me, my job is to connect you with your customers. If I were to boil that down, but not just connect you, my job is to really help you build a relationship with your customers, because there's so much noise nowadays, and we're going to cover that in my training here. So I'm so excited for you to experience that. So I've personally sold over $5 million in painting jobs. I can't believe it. It's amazing. And what's cool about that is that, I just do the same thing over and over, and I refine what I've done. So the good news for you is that you can do this too. Just simplify what you're taught by some of the guys that you're listening to today. And once you find something that works, just, renew it, redo it, and refine it. And you just start doing it on a larger scale. So there's really no secret to success outside of the principles that you learn today. I have 13 great employees. Love my employees. You guys who listen to my podcast know how invested I am in their well-being and their contribution to our company. So we do some interior painting, we do exterior painting, and we do some light carpentry. We have over 400 5-star reviews. Okay, guys, reviews. That should be the focus of 2023. One thing I want every one of you to do after you get off of this webinar, not right now because you're going to miss my presentation, is I want every single one of you guys to Google painting contractor, and then in your area. That was, obviously Austin taught us that, but we all know how to Google. And I want you to write down the number of the company that has the most reviews, and whatever that number is, I want you to beat it by 50. Okay. And you might think that is impossible. Impossible is just a mindset, and you need to shift it to it is possible. Okay. And I'm going to, maybe hit on how to get more reviews, but for right now, the mindset, you need to know that number. You need to beat anyone in your area by at least 50 reviews. And that is going to dramatically affect the trajectory of your business this year. I'm very passionate about coaching you guys and educating. Those of you who know, I do free coaching sessions You can literally book me any week. I do them absolutely free. It's usually a 30-minute to 1 hour session. You will find these sessions on the Contractor Secrets podcast. Again, it's free. I absolutely love doing it. I'll sit there and give you my opinion, some advice, and yeah, it's just, it's a blessing to be a blessing. Let's put it that way. So I created DripJobs, and we're proud to announce we have just over 500 companies using it in just over a year. Really, that's amazing, but it also showcases how in demand something like this was for so long, that the adoption rate, we cannot keep up with the demos that are coming in for this software, which is really cool, a little overwhelming, but it's just kind of surprising that there's just such a lack of resources on the contractor side to combat this major shift that is happening in our sector, which I'm going to discuss with you. And it's important for you guys to understand that, yes, you know a lot of these things in theory, but I really want to reverse engineer what has happened to our industry in my presentation today, so you can easily see how you can excel knowing the information I'm going to share with you. Also, I'm the admin of the largest Facebook group in the painting space, which most of you are probably a part of. So thank you for your contribution to that group. It's been really cool to be able to to contribute in that way. And most importantly, above all, I am a husband, and I am a father of two young, beautiful babies, which are the driving force for everything that I do. So I'm going to switch here and let's get started. So what I'm going to teach you today, and this is my goal for you, okay? Number one, I want to help you understand the anatomy of the buyer's decision-making process. If you can understand the anatomy of what it is that your customer goes through in order to arrive at making a decision, then you can position yourself in a way that is most effective. Next, I'm going to teach you how to utilize automation to build trust. Then I'm going to help you identify a deeper understanding of how the customer journey impacts your sale. And then last, I'm going to help you identify some blind spots in your current sales process, the things that are making you think, what did I do wrong? What did I miss? How come they didn't hire me? Why are they going with the lower price? Okay. We're going to cover some of those things today. Honestly, I could do this for hours. We're going to try to fit it in. I'm going to do my best. Bear with me. It's a lot of information. Again, please continue to listen in your car, on the go. You don't need to look at this. I'll try my best to paraphrase anything that comes up. So our entire business is based off of this very simple question. This is it. This is what keeps Eric in business. This is what keeps Austin in business and all of the other marketers out there. This is what keeps you in business. It's this very simple little question, this little seed that gets planted in the minds of your customers. Now, how it gets planted, that's a different story, but this is the question. And I want you to screenshot this because it's so simple. I wonder what it will cost to paint my house. I wonder what it would cost to refinish my cabinets. I wonder what it would cost to fill in the blank. All right. This is where it all starts. How beautiful is this? It's so simple. Okay. So keep it simple. That's our goal today. So let's go back to 1990. Okay. I know that was a while ago, but for some of us, including myself, I was born there and I don't feel old yet. So I don't think it was too long ago. Hey, look, hold on. If any of you guys were in business in 1990, could you just put like a thumbs up, please, so we can gauge the audience here? Let's see if any of you guys are still rocking, and I commend you if you are. That's pretty cool. So go ahead and put a thumbs up if you were in business in 1990. Ah, yes, we got some vets in here. Yeah, Eric wasn't born until 2000. Actually, I don't know, maybe close. Love it. 6th grade rocking hammer pants. Love this, man. This is good. We got some veterans. Okay. So this is how you used to get a bid. Okay. You'd either talk to a neighbor who had a contractor come over and give them an estimate. Look, we're talking over the fence. When's the last time you had a conversation with your neighbor over the fence? The fences just got higher over time. Yellow pages, right? I don't even think I've seen a book that looks like this in 10 years. I don't know. And then the newspaper, really, I mean, there wasn't many options. Like this was it. Okay. Interesting, right? And then here was the journey that the customer took to get an estimate. You're going to see this little guy to the far right. He's my little avatar and he represents us. Okay. So of course, the neighbor would give us a referral. We'd conversate with the neighbor, and you know what? We would trust the neighbor. We'd say, hey, he did a good job for you. Okay, cool. I'm going to give him a call. Now, listen, I understand this still works today. but not at the scale it used to. Okay. This is a different world we're in. So what we would do is literally we take the neighbor's word for it. We'd call up that same guy and he'd be over giving us a quote. Okay. All right. So next we have the directory journey, right? So we didn't know someone that had their job done. We didn't have somebody giving us a referral. We would just go through the directory. Oh, they're located in the directory, right? Remember, anybody ever named their business AAA Painting just to be at the top of the directory? How funny is that, right? So in any case, that's why they did that. But here, this is what they would do. They'd find it, they'd call, and next thing you know, you're showing up at the door. And it was a good life. You know, the painter was happy. The phone was ringing. The phone was the most important thing in this world. And what you're seeing here at the bottom, if you've noticed that, is I'm writing something that says risk. Okay. And I'm going to go back on. Let's see if I can go back to the last one. It says risk. So the risk here for the customer referral, it was a medium risk. It was 6 out of 10, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 6. That means, and by risk, we're talking about a few different things I'll discuss in a second. Okay. So the directory journey was in 1990, you know, you make that phone call. And then of course the classifieds, right? So classifieds, I mean, that's the most risky of them all, right? They're not really in a directory. They paid a couple bucks to put their name in a newspaper. Risk was really high, but again, you would look at that number and you'd give them a call. That's simple. Okay. All right. Something changed. Okay. Companies realized that hiring a contractor was risky. This is mostly due to contractors dropping the ball many years ago and just all of the craziness that happened. We became an untrusted entity per se. And here's some of the questions that a customer started to ask as time went on. Will I get a bad deal? Will they show up? Will they perform the work as promised? Will I get my money worth? Will I be taken advantage of? Okay. We're still hearing these same questions today. But back then, nobody was answering those questions, right? Uh-oh, look at this. Ways to get a bid in 2023. Holy cow. And I don't even think I've touched the surface on these. I was getting tired of looking them up, okay? I don't know. There's almost 20 here of ways that a customer can literally find you. And it's creating a lot of confusion, okay? I want you to, I don't know if this acronym exists, but I created it when I was making this slide. It's called risk aversion as a service. These companies understand that they can provide you as a homeowner risk aversion. In other words, they can promise you that they're going to help you avoid the risk. And guess what? That's big money, big money. And companies started to see that, hey, contractor's the bad guy. Okay. We got your back, right? This is about sums it up right here, guys. Okay. This sums it up. So you got our painter guy who now has a security guard in front of him guarding the homeowner. Okay. Now that security guard is representing Yelp, House, Bark, Craft Jack, Google, right? Angie, you guys saw Austin put up a screenshot. Google guaranteed it's coming. Okay. That map pack isn't going to be as valuable as it is today, guys. It's coming. Okay. And then he says, let's see some online reputation, sir. Right. Or actually just give me $100 and I'll give you her information. Right. Come on, guys. You guys getting something out of this? Please drop an emoji if I'm heading in the right direction here. Please. I need it. I'm so tired, guys. I went to bed at 1:30 last night. I woke up at 5:30. I'm a little tired. Please give me some juice. Show me some emojis that you're getting something out of this so I can keep pumping it out. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, cool. So the customer's behind the security guard. Okay. And she's going, I don't know. Next, right? She gets to relax now, right? It's different. It's important for you to understand this. It's different. Ball's in their court now. It used to be in our court. Now it's in their court. Times have changed. Okay. This is the new journey for customer referrals. Okay. So we're going to transition here because referrals are now online, right? If we're in a local Facebook group, hey, do you know a local painter? Do you know a local pressure washing contractor? Do you know, I don't know. So it's no longer, we're not chatting over the fence anymore, right? Nobody's doing that. We're going online and we're not just asking our next door neighbor, we're asking our community. Wow, this is different. Okay. So it's funny. The lady at the bottom is laughing. She's like, thanks for the referral. I'll take it from here. Now the homeowner is becoming a researcher, right? A homeowner understands hey, I could do my own research. This is the new era of homeowners that you guys are about to get whacked with. Okay. Obviously those older homeowners are fading out. They're still a little old school, but guess what? You got a new generation of people that understand how to do a little research. They do research on the people they date. Okay. When they meet them on the dating apps, right? It's very easy for them to type your name in Google. Okay. So here's what's happening. The first thing is they'll get that recommendation. Now, generally speaking, they're going to go and maybe look at that social media, right? They're going to go and check the reviews. That's 2 stops. Then maybe they're going to go to your website and they're going to see if everything's in alignment, right? And then, of course, at that point, they're going to submit their information. They're not even calling. They're just going to submit their information. Okay. Now, some will call, but generally speaking, guys, people don't like to pick up the phone as much anymore. This is different. Okay. Now, little old painter guy, okay, he needs to keep up with all this stuff. He has to keep up with his Google reputation. He has to keep up with his social media reputation. He's got to make sure his website's up to speed. And then most of you guys, and I'm going to say this with a loving heart, most of you guys have a form on your website that drops the customer's information into an email, and it's dependent on you to go through your email and respond to that customer. That's a major problem. Okay. So, but at this point, I just want you guys to see the risk is low for the customer, which is why this is happening. People do not want to take risks with you anymore. Okay. And they know that they have tools to help them do that. So here's our customer directory journey. Okay. This is like an iron forge here. Okay. We got the trusted directories, Angie, Amazon starting to do it, Craft Jack, soon Walmart will do it. You got networks, Homestars, Bark, House, Porch, BBB. Okay. All these companies are telling homeowners, we'll protect you. We'll help you. We'll give you screened and approved pros. We've got your back. You're good. Just come to us. We'll protect you. Some of them even handle the little litigation issues when things arise. Okay. So what happens is the customer goes there, right? They check out the directory reputation. Okay. Then they're handed 3 or 4 other pros. Okay. And our poor painter guy has to compete after paying money to this agency for a chance to get a bid. Customer's happy, risk is low. Here's the customer journey in 2023. Google listing. Okay. We got Yelp. Then they look at your search engine reputation. They're either going to go to your website and fill out a form or they're going to call you. Okay. But the big barrier here is, what is that search engine reputation? Guys, 50 Google minimum reviews. This is going to be the standard, guys. Okay. I'm only going to keep getting more reviews. My competitors are only going to keep getting more reviews. If you wait to plant this tree, if you wait just 2 or 3 years, it's going to be very hard to compete with 200 reviews as the minimum in your area. I'm telling you right now, listen to these words. If you are not focusing on reviews in this year, you are going to be very far behind. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I hope you take this seriously. Okay. Reviews. Okay. That's it. So anyway, the risk is medium in that point. They're doing their own research, but still at that point, they still need to reach out. All right, so let's look at some of the pros and cons of how this is affecting us. Okay. So in the red, we have our cons. Number 1, as contractors, we're forced to evolve. Okay. That means that we need technology to keep up with this. All right. Number 2, that means that our competition is going to be more qualified, right? So usually, the customer isn't going to pick someone with 1 review. They're going to pick the top 3. Why not? They want the best experience. Who doesn't? Number 3, overwhelmed with lead generators. That's us. We can't keep up with all these. House is calling us. Networks is calling us. Angie's calling us. All these people are calling us. And if they call us at the right time and we have no business, they might be able to sway us. Okay. Then we get frustrated, right? Cost per lead is rising. Okay. The cost per lead is rising. That means that the more people that buy into this, okay, these companies know supply and demand, forced to run online ads. So maybe you haven't ran ads before. Now you have to. Now you understand that, man, this phone isn't just ringing as much as it is. I can't rely on my previous customers to sustain my business. I have to figure this online ad stuff out. At the mercy of customers for online reputation. This stuff actually affects me mentally sometimes, is when I know that a customer has leverage over my online reputation. This is the game we play, guys. I'm sorry. It's affected me. I know a lot of us try to steer away from those 1-star reviews. That's the game we play. All right. Do your best, give the best possible customer service you can. avoid getting those low reviews. And then it's no longer optional, guys. I talked about this. It's no longer optional to play this game. Okay. And that's why you're here. Liftoff 2023. This is like a battle cry. Hey, come on. It's time to step it up. All right. So on the right side, we got some pros though. Okay. This isn't all bad. This is actually pretty good. All right. If you have the right technology, you can use it to build trust. DripJobs, right? Better 3-bid pricing average. I love this. Okay, cool. Give me some better competition because it's going to make the 3-bid average higher, which means I have less of a gap to overcome, which is beautiful to me. Okay. Leads on demand. Now, this wasn't available 20 years ago, right? This is cool because sometimes these lead generators work. Sometimes you can actually turn them suckers on and get leads. Sometimes you can reach out to Eric and say, hey, increase my marketing spend. Sometimes you can reach out to Austin and say, hey, increase my Google spend, and watch those leads start coming in, start getting some opportunities. In other words, you have control. Easily outsource your marketing department. This is new, right? So back in the day, it wasn't as easy. Okay. Of course, we didn't have social media. We didn't have these webinars. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, but you can easily just outsource marketing, right? So if you want to focus on other things, give it to someone else. They'll do it for you. Organic lead flow opportunity. Now, if we're making online a focus and we're playing this game, what I love about it is if you do a good job at making your online presence effective, okay, if you do a good job at that, you are actually going to be able to create organic lead flow. Okay. So if you build a really solid online reputation, you are actually going to be able to create your organic lead flow. Okay. So the last part is we have the ability to distance ourselves tremendously with a powerful online presence. Okay. So what I love about this is I'm going to switch over here, guys. Hold on one second. Okay. So we have the ability to distance ourselves tremendously with powerful online presence. All right. So if you want to win in 2023, you need to master this game. Okay. So this is a game. This is chess now. We're not playing checkers anymore. We have overcome the notion that, hey, this is how we're going to survive in business. And I say this with a whole heart, guys. I've coached over 300 individuals. A vast majority of those individuals have told me that they can't find leads, right? Or they're having trouble nurturing their leads. I think a lot of us have had that happen. And I think there's just a lack of a plan, like in anything, right? So if you show up to a house, those of you that are house painters, and you don't have a plan, well, what do you think is going to happen, right? You're not going to get the results you want, right? So we have to have a plan. So number one, the first step here is to understand our buyer's journey. We got to literally be a buyer. And I think any good company, even when we were, creating DripJobs, it's like, what would our ideal customer go through? And we just align ourselves with what you would need. Good news is I'm a customer, so it was a lot easier for me. But in any business, right, for premium painting, what would my ideal customer go through to get to me? How can I align myself with that? Okay. Number two, we want to be omnipresent, right? And by omnipresence, I mean we want to be able to be seen wherever someone could be looking for a painting job, okay, or whatever service you offer. I know we have some different trades in here. Number three, we want to diversify our marketing spend. Marketing spend is like investing in stock. If one stock is failing, well, we don't want to invest all of our money in one stock, because if that happens, then guess what? We're out. We want to spread our money out. We want to make sure that if one sucks, the other one can pick us up. We never want to be dependent on just one marketing channel. That goes for Google, that goes for Facebook, that goes for lead generators, that goes for direct mail. Never, ever, ever be dependent on one. Not only do you want to spread your money out, you want to be well-versed in those. Okay. Number five, we want to capitalize on interest. Number six, we want to automate our communication. And number seven, we want to organize our leads. This is very, very important. All right. So this is something I hear a lot. I can't find leads. And the reality is they just can't find you. So we have two pictures here. Okay. The one on the left is what a lot of you are doing right now, right? I'm going to go through it. You created a website. Someone told you that was a good idea. Okay. That website, you haven't logged into it in over 4 months. Okay. You haven't added one single piece of content. You literally just have what I believe to be, if you guys drive around, one of those little signs that they stick in the ground, but yours isn't on a highway. Yours is on a walking trail in the backwoods that maybe 1 to 10 people will see in a year basis. Okay. That's what your website is. Your Google listing isn't alive. It's actually dead. You don't respond to any reviews. You don't pay Google to put your ad up to the top, and you have very low engagement on that Google listing. Facebook, you post every now and again, right? But Facebook doesn't care about that. Facebook doesn't love you. They love their money, and they understand that they want you to pay to play. Okay. So on the right side, we have what looks to be a highway. Okay. And this highway represents Google, represents Angie Leads, represents Facebook, of course, all those other lead aggregators. Okay. And on that highway, we have our painter guy. Here he is. Okay. And a big phone number or whatever. Now, I'm not saying do a billboard. I'm saying this is your virtual world. The cars represent the traffic to these websites. Customer thinks to themselves, I need a paint job. They go right to Google. I need a paint job. They go right to Angie. I need a paint job. Well, not yet, but maybe they'll go to Facebook with that thought. But maybe, of course, those ads will trigger them to have that thought. And that's part of why Facebook marketing is important, because of the traffic, right? The traffic gives you opportunity. Okay. So the opportunity then allows you to be seen by individuals that could be and are interested in your product and service. Okay. So again, picture a highway with a billboard and having your name on it versus a couple signs on a walking trail 3 miles off course. Okay. This is why you're not getting leads. It's not that people don't want your services. It's not that there's not people out there that are hiring. There's plenty of people that are busy right now. There's plenty of people that want jobs to be done. You're just not in a position to be seen by the individuals who want them done. Okay. So that's why we're saying you need to align yourself with where the highway is. And that's why we talked about Google. I'm talking about lead aggregators, and Eric brought in Facebook. Very simple picture here. We're going to diversify our ad spend. Okay, guys, very simple. Okay. We want to be omnipresent. We need to diversify our ad spend. You need to identify that you do need to have an ad spend in business. This isn't a negotiable. Guys, you don't just keep all the money you make on a job after you pay your guys and you buy materials. Okay. We can't do that anymore. If we're doing that, you are not helping your business grow. You need to reinvest those profits. You need to inject money back into the business to generate you more business, more opportunity, and to help you grow. Okay. So if you don't have a consistent habit of respending some of the money that you're making, guys, you're heading in the wrong direction. Okay. Heading in the wrong direction. Let me just check the chat real quick. Hey, thank you guys. I'm trying to keep it fire and, love all the emojis. I'm checking in on the emojis. That's how I get fired up. So keep those emojis coming. All right. So here's an example. All right. I don't know. All right. You guys got to put your own numbers in here. Okay. The reality of the situation is we're not selling antiques at a thrift store. We're not selling trinkets here. A lot of you guys are selling 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 jobs, and you're just putting it in the bank thinking that you're growing your business. You're not. You need to allocate money on a consistent basis back to marketing. Now, here's the deal. You either pay someone like Eric in Austin to do it for you, or you spend the time to figure it out yourself. There's this topic I love to cover called opportunity cost. Are you more valuable figuring out how Google works and it always changes? Are you more valuable figuring out how Facebook works, which always changes? Or are you more valuable growing and selling jobs? I think you're more valuable growing and selling jobs. So we need to allocate resources to this part of our business. Okay. And the first thing I want you guys to see is that, let's say we sell a job for $5,000, average labor costs 40%, material 15%, overhead 10%, right? Just random numbers here, but we made $1,750. And that is what you guys usually put in your bank account. Okay. Don't do that. That's not yours. Okay. Absolutely not. For the first year in business, you should just literally be taking whatever the minimum amount of money is for you to survive. Some of you guys who left your boss and you work for yourself now. I know it's hard. You're seeing some money you've never seen before. You've got to be financially disciplined. You can't buy into that. You've got to understand that you are not guaranteed success. You need to make sure that there's always another job, or else you won't be able to keep employees. There will be a time you have to text your team and say, I don't have work this week. And if you've ever had to do that, there's no worse feeling. So you need to be financially astute. You need to be aware, and you need to be diligent and deliberate on how you spend your money. So future business, 25%. Okay. That's what I believe. First 3 years in business, you should be okay with spending, and that is of your profit. Okay. Now, those of you guys who aren't job costing, how could you possibly know? Right? How could you possibly know how much you're making? Okay. So this comes down to you being disciplined to job cost. I do want to say we have an amazing job costing feature coming in DripJobs. It's coming. I mean, it's phenomenal. It'll allow you to do that. But for right now, I think I have a free spreadsheet. If you want that spreadsheet, just email me, Tanner@dripjobs.com, just say spreadsheet, and I'll send it to you. But for right now, you guys got to understand that this comes down to your discipline as a business owner to be able to job cost, understand how much you're making, and be able to allocate resources to recycle those resources and get them back in your business. Okay. So I believe that 25% should cover all your marketing over the course of a month. So obviously if you're doing 20,000 in a month, 25% of that is $5,000. You might say, Tanner, are you nuts? No, I'm trying to help you hit a peak point of first understanding how to nurture leads, getting reps, and really learning the game, because you're going to have to do this in 3, 5, 10 years. If you want to stay in business, you're going to have to be a master at nurturing, generating, organizing, and automating lead flow in your business. Okay. That's going to have to happen. This is your wake up call. All right. So let's understand a buyer's motivation. Let me check my time here. I know I'm running a tad over, so we're going to keep rolling here. Let me just, 1 second. Let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Zach, it'll just be a few more minutes, man. We're running a little bit over, just a heads up. So understanding the buyer's motivation. So if we look at Facebook and we look at Instagram, what we're looking at is the motivation is a 1 out of 4. So the customers identified, yes, they have what we call a want. They don't have a need. They don't have a budget assigned, and they're not really prepared to interview a contractor. So if you're marketing on Facebook, Eric did a great job of hitting on this. You know, what Eric really does and what Facebook marketing does is it captures attention, right? It captures your ability to stop what you're doing, to see this cool picture of a before and after of a cabinet refinishing job and say, you know what, I would like to get that done. And you say, I wonder how much it would cost to, right? We're going back to our question. So if you're marketing here, you need to understand that the cost per lead, the CPL is low, the conversion rate is low, the volume is high. That means you can get a lot of leads. The loyalty level is high. That means you generated the interest. So the customer is more invested in working with you specifically. And the upside is high. That means that if it turns out that the customer is a good lead, then you have a really good chance of getting the customer. That's why Facebook marketing is so good, because they connected with you in a place where they're used to connecting with people they like. Okay. But remember, all you did was generate their attention. You need to really put in work with these leads. Okay. Capitalizing on the interest. So here's a game plan for Facebook marketing. Number one, we need the automated messenger bot. Okay. So Eric's team sets this up for you, but you could probably figure this out yourself. And really what this is your ability to automatically message your customer as soon as they hit that inquiry. Why? Because if it's 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and they see your Facebook ad, we want them to click a button and be able to input their information, right? Because if you guys think about it, if somebody came and knocked on your door and you were watching Netflix and you were just relaxing with your family and they said, hey, I'd like to give you a painting estimate, you'd be so out of sorts. You'd say, I'm just not interested, right? But maybe you capture someone's attention by saying, hey, can I show you something real quick? Did you know that there's some cracking on your wall? And they'd step out and say, honey, I'll be right back. And you'd see that. And you know, the worst thing that guy could do is say, hey, do you mind if I give you an estimate? I think that's the worst thing someone could do. The best thing you can do is say, hey, listen, we see that there's an issue here. Do you mind if I get your information and we'll schedule you in tomorrow when you're in a better place, right? That would be the smart thing to do. And that's what we do on Facebook. So we capture their attention and we get them to put their information really, really quick. And then we start that follow-up process and get them to commit to actually letting us come over. Okay. So we want to do that automated text. We want to do that phone call. I like sending videos on Facebook. Hey, this is Tanner with Premium Painting. Thanks so much for filling out our form. This is how we operate, right? What that does, it lowers the trust barrier. We want a long-term follow-up sequence, guys. So you know that DripJobs allows this to occur. So we can throw someone into a long-term follow-up sequence. So when they are ready, they give us an opportunity. So we generate the interest. We've found that somebody wants their house painted. Then we turn that interest into a sale at some point or another. We just know that they want it done. Why not give us an opportunity to get that estimate? Okay. And then of course we want to have robust social media profiles. Okay. So this is kind of an idea of how we're going to capitalize on interest. So let's talk about lead aggregators. Okay. So the motivation for lead aggregators is 4 out of 4. That means that lead aggregators are the highest motivation. They know they want it. They know they need it. They've assigned a budget to it, and they're prepared to interview a contractor, which means the cost per lead is very high. That means that they're ready to go. And we know this, okay? But the conversion rate is super low. And the reason why is because 3 other contractors are ready to get that business. They paid for the lead. They're motivated. The volume is medium. That means you're going to get a decent amount of lead flow, and the loyalty is as low as ever. They don't know you. They know Angie. They know Bark. They know Craftjack. They know Porch. They know whatever. Okay. And the upside is low. That means it's just, again, this isn't the best types of leads, but they're the highest motivated leads. Okay. So the game plan for these types of leads is an automated text and email. Okay. Automated text and email. We're going to do text drips. We're going to do a phone call immediately. We're going to do voicemails, right? Eric talked a little bit about that. We're going to do a long form text and email drip sequence to these leads. And we're going to do multiple follow-up calls. And Eric said that 10 minimum. And I agree. There's times where people have put in these requests and I was just consistent in my follow-up approach. And I just made sure that it was part of my day. And if you guys have DripJobs, we just put that phone call button right on your phone screen. So you can easily make a phone call to these leads so you can convert them to sales. So you guys can see here we have automated text messages that go out to leads. So what we do is we connect these lead sources with DripJobs. DripJobs shoots out a text message automatically. What that does is it sends this guy, Ronald, a link. That link takes him to a booking page. You can just click the button, pick a time, and then we follow up with another text message instantly saying, thank you for requesting an appointment. So again, he could be on Angie, click the submit button. Within a second, he's getting a text message from Premium Painting. It's powerful. And then you guys see if he does not engage with that, if he does not book the appointment, DripJobs is going to do its thing and follow up with them automatically for me. Powerful stuff here. Those of you who are DripJobs users, you guys know what it is. So understanding the buyer's motivation for Yelp and Google, it's a 4 out of 4. Someone goes to Google, looks for a painting contractor. They've identified the need and the want. They have an idea of how much they want to spend, and they are prepared to interview a contractor. The CPL is medium. The conversion rate is high. The volume is high. The loyalty level is high. The upside is high. You have a good Google profile, a good Yelp profile, depending on where you are in the country. This is good. You want to invest in this because of all the upside here. Okay. These are the best types of leads. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this. This is Austin's world. I just want to show you, you got Google guaranteed. You got the ads. You got the map pack. Okay. It used to be just the map pack. Then they worked in the ads. Now Google guaranteed is at the top. So it's getting harder and harder, guys. Okay. Honesty here. Don't do this yourself. Just telling you, don't try it. It's just going to waste your time. You're going to get frustrated. Hire someone that knows what they're doing. Okay. So I brought Austin in here. Okay. All right. So we're going to capitalize on interest on these people that come in through this traffic channel, a robust Google profile, presence on all 3 entities, professional, mobile-friendly website, form automation, fast follow-up and appointment setting, and a bad system will cause all of these leads to slip. Okay. So we have our website with an easy button. They go to a form, they get the follow-up, and then they get a nice email with our logo. I mean, we're just buttering them up. Okay. All right. Couple more minutes, guys. Zach, I know you're in here, man. We're going to be wrapping up here in a second. So we got the game plan. So the game plan is, of course, to have a pipeline so you can organize where all these customers fall. Now, we really have 4 lead stages. We have cold leads that come in. These are people that come in through these lead aggregators, or maybe Eric generates you leads on Facebook, or maybe Austin generates you leads on Google. And what they do is they connect these leads to DripJobs. Why? Because it's much better than texting you and saying, hey, you have a lead, or emailing you saying, hey, you have a lead. So it gets lost. We know that a lead is valuable. It can be as valuable as 20, 30, 40, $50,000. Okay. And if we're not organizing these things, then guess what? We're going to miss out on the opportunity. So we have our first stage, which is cold leads. This is in DripJobs. And of course, all those leads automatically enter into the system. From here, these leads are followed up with. When they respond to your follow-up, you'll receive that response, and they can click the button and they can book an appointment. Now, a warm lead is somebody that's a nurtured lead. That's somebody that's long-term. I'm not quite ready for an estimate. I have a couple of things I got to get done first. No problem, Mrs. Jones. We move that customer to warm leads. They get followed up with over a long period of time. Then we have estimate requested. These are the people that come in through our website. These are the people that are, beyond warm. They're ready to go. And we just got to book them. And then they move to estimate scheduled. So we have a conveyor belt for our leads in DripJobs, which allows us to effectively identify where they are in the buying process, follow up with them effectively, and have a really good strategy for long-term follow-up, which is so, so important. These are my assets. I purchased this information. I want it at my disposal so I can nurture these leads and eventually turn it into business. So here on the DripJobs app, I told you guys, we have the mobile phone that allows you to, the mobile app that allows you to just call those leads down the line. Of course, super effective. So you're not thinking, where's the phone number? Where's the email? Like follow-ups are so important when it comes to leads. Here's an example. One just came in the morning. Check the date, January 17th. Hi, Carmen, just following up. So if you guys look, cold leads, you got Carmen Cabrera there. DripJobs sent a follow-up. Hi, Carmen, just following up. Did you still need help with the project? She responded, yes, this morning. Great. Does Wednesday work? So that was an automated text message went out to her. I just converted that lead. Okay. And as you can see, she came in yesterday. So there was a day lapse of the time that she came in that I converted that lead. So real quick, guys, I got 2 more slides left. If you guys just throw some emojis that you're still listening, guys, because I'm getting kind of winded here. Keep it going, guys, please. You can throw your questions in. I'll answer them later because I want to let Zach jump in here. So if you guys could please throw some emojis if you've gotten anything out of this. If this is a bomb fire, if this is, bank money out of the mouth, whatever you guys are thinking. My goal was to give you guys some value today. And I hope you're learning something to take with you to help you grow your business and pursue your legacy, whatever that is. Okay. So remember, guys, here's the rule of thumb. You might want to screenshot this. Okay. If there's low motivation and low trust, there's no deal. Okay. That's it. The customer's not interested in buying and you haven't convinced them that you are the right fit by showcasing your professionalism, by building value, forget it. Okay. So here is what I want you guys to see, that getting the sale is the tip of the iceberg. Okay. We have an iceberg and we have getting the sale, and there's a tip of it, which is seen at the top. That's the glory. But there's a lot of trust built underneath the surface. Okay. And that's what I spend my time focusing on. Okay. So what's changed for the homeowner? We have more options, more competition, and that creates more confusion. Online quotes are the norm, dime a dozen contractors. And then we have a price war. I know someone will do it cheaper. Okay. For the contractor, we have the ability now to connect with homeowners faster than ever. We have higher marketing costs. We have more data than ever. We have to adjust the online economy. We have increased online reputation awareness, and we have an ever-changing platforms and the need to keep up. Okay, so these are some of our adjustments that we need to make. Okay, now here's the deal. This is the end of my presentation, but I want you guys to catch this. Okay, so if you think of the customer's journey, we have a trust-building, powerful marketing message. Eric will do a great job of that. Then they do an initial online search. From there, they see some professional branding, maybe a website. There's social proof, right? They see good reviews. They see a video of you, rescuing a baby out of a tree. They have an initial phone call with you. At that point, there's a professional greeting. It's prompt, right? It's not hello or yeah, or whatever. We don't do that anymore. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. Thank you for calling Premium Painting. This is Tanner. How may I help you? Right? This is effective. This is professional, guys. Get rid of that lazy phone call answer, okay? Because what you're doing is you're hurting your chances of a sale. Easy booking process. We made it easy. Confirmation right up. Confirmation the day of. We're going to show up on time and we're going to inform if we're running late, okay? You don't lose points if you inform that you're running late. And I'm going to show you guys the score, okay? Think about the last customer that you just did an estimate for, okay? And I'm going to assume that we're assigning 5 points to each of these. So we have a trust building, powerful marketing message. We get 5 points. We have an initial online search, professional branding and website. We get 5 points. Social proof, great reviews, 5 more points. Phone call was good, professional, prompt, 5 more points. Easy booking process, 5 more points. Booking confirmation, 5 more points. Confirmation, day of, 5 more points. Our trust score is 40. Uh-oh. We had a trust building, powerful marketing message, but our website is clunky. Little or no online reviews. Didn't answer the phone on the first phone call. Verbal booking only. Or, hey, can you text me your information? Oh, if we say that, guys, we need DripJobs. No booking confirmation at all. No confirmation a day of. 10 minutes late. Now our trust score is -35. Okay. This could easily happen. This is not far-fetched, guys. If you're looking at this and you're guilty of any of this stuff, this could be the reason we're not closing deals. Okay. Now here's the deal. This is the new journey. They got the form, DripJobs. They got that follow-up, DripJobs. Skylar, who will be speaking. This is his follow-up. It's just awesome. He tells a story after they book an appointment. He waits one day. Okay. One day he sends out this story about how he got started in the painting business. Brad Ellison does this. I do this. Okay. We are deviating away from the norm. We are creating relationships through automation. You guys can glance at this, but he says how he got started. He was born in Ohio. He moved to Bethel Park. He's the South Hills guy. He's loved in the community. And really what he's doing is he's buttering them up. Okay. He's getting that trust barrier and he's separating himself and he's eliminating the noise. And then who's winning? So we have the guy who is 10 minutes late, who already frustrated the customer because they missed all those steps. Okay. And then we got Skylar, who's plus 40 when he shows up and he's doing circles, okay, around the competition because the customer feels like they know him through his story, and DripJobs made that happen. Okay. So that's how we are winning the game. Okay. So I'm done. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're getting value. Stay tuned. We got Zach, which is like, he's like the cabinet god. All right. This guy's phenomenal. He's amazing at what he does. He's so good at, just fine finishing and professionalizing the business and separating. We got Skylar coming up. We got Brad. We got Alex Corral. I mean, we got so many good speakers coming up. So please stay tuned. Share this with your friends. I got a cool promo for you guys. I'm taking it off today. Okay. You get 60 days for free. DripJobs. You got to go online today, sign up. No contracts, no nothing. You get 60 days of DripJobs absolutely free because I believe that if I invest in you, you'll be a customer for life. You get 2 months to use this software and you get to do our trainings. You get to be a part of it. You get to start organizing your customers and your leads. So screenshot this, just put in the coupon code Liftoff 2023.